Thank you very much. Jean Jouzel is joining us on stage for his closing speech of today's conference. Thank you, Jean Jouzel, for being with us, and thank you for your closing remarks after those discussions and debates. Thank you, Dan, for the warm words you addressed. And of course, please pass on my thank you to Anne for this Vermilion medal. And I would like to thank you all, because I think this will have also an impact, and this will for the whole climate community. So I would like to thank, first of all, and when we to thank the town hall of City, everyone who was involved, and you should go in front of the town hall and look at what was done. All the people who've been involved, the Academy of Climate. Please thank Sarah on my behalf, and all the people who were in charge of the organization here in this venue, and all those who played a part. I would like to thank as well the forum itself, and I would like to remind people that it's the last day of a 4-day conference and forum. There is still one day, the 21st of June is the day for weather forecast presenters and moderators, and you have a list here of all of our partners. I would like to address my warm thanks to our partners who are now displayed on the screen here. So thank you to our partners, and the organization itself is also something which is done internally. This has been co-organized between Meteo and IWC. Thank you to Christian for IWC, and for Meteo Climat, Morgan, Sonia, Nicole, and Dominique, who are very much involved in the organization. The scientific committee, Céline, Yann, Anne, Benoît, Roland and Henri, you will recognize them as being part of the list. Thank you to all our speakers. It was truly interesting, your presentations and speeches. It was very interesting, and also to all the attendees, to all the participants, those who are present with us in this very room, and also those who are with us remotely in front of their screens. It was really, it's been done already, but I think it's very also satisfying for us to know that a lot of people attended even remotely. I would like to thank all the people involved, and I would like to complete these thank yous by saying that I would like to thank Karine for moderating this conference today. I suggest a round of applause for Karine. In conclusion, so I started with a few thank you words, but as a conclusion, usually when we talk about carbon neutrality, I usually like to mentioning the Paris Agreement. So in 2015, what this Paris Agreement said, well, priority to global warming below 2 degrees, the limitation between to maybe 1.5 degrees, but what is displayed by the Paris Agreement, it's a carbon neutrality in the second half of the 20th century, and this is thanks to this Paris Agreement that the Climate Convention invited the IPCC to draft a report on what would be the situation with 1.5 degrees increase, and the conclusion of this report was crystal clear. It would be much easier for the younger generation today to adapt to global warming in the second half of this century if climate temperature was limited to 1.5 degrees rather than 2 degrees. And actually, the terminology has completely changed looking back. And we need to add what was also confirmed over the past years, that this ambition of 1.5 degrees implies and requires a carbon neutrality by 2050, which was confirmed in the report of the first working group and the sixth report. So vocabulary, terminology has changed, and in the Glasgow Pact, this objective of 1.5 degree has been highlighted, and carbon neutrality for 2050. So it's important. This took place over 5 to 6 years, and the message is now clear. It's 1/10 of a degree matters. Sometimes 1/10, hundredths of a degree matters, as some people said. So, and it's very interesting. And I would like to conclude on. I don't want to be too optimistic, but I would like to conclude with an optimistic word and to mention something more positive. So 3 years after the 1.5 report, and now, well, thinking about Glasgow, it's almost 4 years now. It's been almost 4 years. More than 100 countries have displayed as part of their objectives, in one way or another, an objective of carbon neutrality by 2050. So it's quite remarkable how fast this occurred, and we are one of these countries, Europe at large, the United States by 2060, India, Saudi Arabia by 2070. So this idea of carbon neutrality we mentioned today has really taken shape over the past 3-4 years. But the issue is that it's been taken a specific shape in the text, but not in reality. And that's the first issue. It's a first step, obviously, but tangibly, we have not seen it happen concretely. So in order for it to happen concretely, it's not about looking at 2050. We need to look at what's happening now. It's 2030. We need to keep in mind, we have mentioned the objectives set, the low carbon national strategies reminded us of those objectives, and also the ambition, the European ambition of reducing the 50%. With the plan will be modified by 2030, but I would like to stress that we need to act now. So let's be optimistic, and the new government structure, as Anne reminded us of this morning, might be an opportunity for us. And Marie-Claire, you already worked in the office of a ministry, and I don't know if very often we're losing the interministerial level. So this is what is great. But having the ecology under the umbrella, or tackle under the umbrella of the Prime Minister, within the remit of the Prime Minister, this is something which is very important and a significant move. So we believe that 5 years to come of the presidency of Emmanuel Macron, it will be essential. And it's true that it's 5% of emissions, France, but it's also the Paris Agreement. We act as a model, and we may be drivers as well for others. So thank you to all of you, and I hope that these discussions will help raising awareness on the need to go towards carbon neutrality, to be concerned about carbon neutrality today and not only tomorrow. Thank you to all, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Jean Jouzel. And just I would like to stress, thank you for this optimistic conclusion. It's important and interesting. I would like to remind everyone that this conference is available in French and English, so you can listen to this. Thank you to the interpreters who translated these sessions today. And do not forget to hand over your headsets while leaving the room. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to those attending remotely, and see you soon for another conference.